What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Happy Thursday. It's September 23rd. We're just approaching Power Hour, last hour before the market closes, 3 p.m. We got DATS popping off right now, running up to a nice $10. I hope you guys all had a wonderful trading day. You were able to lock in some profit, take some solid A-plus trades. We're going to cover real quickly everything that popped off today, answer any of your guys' questions, and do a quick little recap on the day. So let's get it started. So first off, let's talk about ARQQ. Let's get that one out of the way real quick. So ARQQ has been in a nice uptrend recently. This thing has been uptrending from 12.50 all the way up to a high it hit today at $41. And we said in the market, we've been noticing a lot of stocks have been slowly trending up and then getting that euphoric run to the upside and squeezing up higher. But then after they get that euphoric run, they crumble and fall apart and they just keep falling and falling and falling. So we're going to show you guys a few stocks that what we were just talking about, just slowly trending up and getting that euphoric run to the upside. This market, all of September, you really had to pay attention to the bigger time frames. If you get caught up in the 1 minute time frame like this, you're just going to get chewed up, spit out, and the market is just going to take your money and you're going to die from 1,000 paper cuts. So if you scroll out here on ARQQ on this 1 minute, you see I drew a line on this thing. Well, from down here, it had a nice ramp, and then we had that consolidation all right here at $17 up to $21. So from 17 to 21, this was giving really good pop opportunities. After it's done consolidating, it gets a nice ramp from 17 all the way up to almost $40 up here. So going into yesterday, go back in time, this stock, after it ran up and trended up, it stopped right here and it was in consolidation phase from 35 up to 39. So a nice little $4 range back and forth on this all day. So what we've been seeing all of September, stocks running up and then getting that euphoric run to the upside. Well, I decided I'm going to pick up 750 shares, hold it overnight, and then the next day, hopefully, we get a nice ramp up over 40 and get a run to $50 for that euphoric explosion to the upside. Well, this morning, we zoom in. It was slowly a little bit gapping up, but as we zoom in on this right here, this pushed right out of the open at 36.50, runs up to 41.50 and starts to stall out, fell apart, and then completely crumbled. I mean, this thing's all the way down now at $26 a share. So with me swinging my 750 shares, I was able to lock in, what was it? Almost $4,000 on ARQQ. First 5 minutes, market opens. 750 shares making $4,000. That's phenomenal. I'll take that. So then after ARQQ had its quick pop and it's crumbled and fell apart, I hung around and I took a trade on AMHC and I lost $66 on AMHC. And then I tried taking a trade on MRIN, and I lost $200 on MRIN. So I said, you know what? I'm up on the day. ARQQ was my swing trade from last night that put me up good on the day. I'm up $3,500. I'm going to lock this in, stop while I'm ahead. And we're at the end of the week too. It's Thursday. So we got one more day left in the week. Next week, we go into a new month. The 1st of October falls on a Friday. So we're nearing the end of September. I'm up. Don't get greedy. Focus on consistency. Lock it in. So that's what I'm going to do right here. I don't care what runs off the last hour of the day. Secure the bag. As I always like to say, guys, secure that bag. Live to trade another day. So ARQQ, after it breaks the trend, completely crumbles and falls apart. Now, ATER, let's look at that one. Same exact example as ARQQ. Going back, this is a 1 minute time frame, guys. So every day, every black spot you see here is 1 day. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is the 6th day right here. Same concept. Get your trend line, draw your line out. Look at how ATER has been trending. Slowly up, slowly up, slowly up. 1, 2, 3, 4 days it trended up. And then it got that euphoric run to the upside. After that euphoric run, it's done. And this thing crumbles and falls apart. Another example. What was it? DVAX? DVAX from yesterday. Zoom in on this. So yesterday gets a nice morning spike. Then is just in death grind mode. Gets a nice spike. Throw some trend lines on this. And this thing's trending up. Trending up, trending up, trending up. And then it gets that euphoric run right here. And after that euphoric run, it crumbles and it falls apart. Look at all that volume that slowly came into this. Just completely overwhelming it with volume. So that's the type of market that we've been in, guys. And just like we showed the members in the pre-market prep this morning, we're going to go back into here and look at the euphoria chart. So this is an euphoric chart. An euphoric chart like this, stocks are going to slowly start to take off, right? And once it slowly grinds and starts to take off, it's grinding and grinding and grinding, and then it goes into that euphoric run to the upside. Delusion, greed, all that volume coming into it. It tops out, falls down, gets one little bounce right there, just like that, and then continues to crumble and fall apart. And we compared this to DVAX in the chat. And it's pretty scary how similar they are. This grinds up, gets that run, that euphoric push to the upside. See how it fell down? Gets that tiny little bounce, and then continues to sell off and fall down. And just as I was saying, if you guys have read Jesse Livermore's books, Reminiscence of a Stock Operator, I think there's another one out there, but Jesse Livermore himself was trading these same exact patterns. And he was trading almost 100 years ago. 100 years ago. Jesse Livermore. 100 years, guys. Jesse Livermore was trading these patterns, and they're still the same today. Why? Because human nature never changes. It never does. People love to chase after stocks that are breaking up to new highs. You see, as this kept going and going and going and pushing up to new high, every time it hits a new high, 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 new high. Look at all this volume coming into it, because everybody gets greed. They look at this and they go, wow, look at how much this thing ran up, and it's still running up. Who knows how far it could go? This thing can go to the moon. Then they jump in at the tippy top. That's what they call denial. And it just crumbles and falls apart. Just like what's going on right now with DATS. See how all that volume here, as it pushed up here, look at that volume spike. Now as it's pushing up right here, look at all that volume come into it. Because they're all like the seagulls. One of my favorite GIFs in the Discord. They're all like seagulls when these stocks start to run up and take off. They're all chasing after high of day breakout stocks. Mine. How many times have we seen this stuff, guys? Over and over and over and over again. And this is, for us as day traders, this is how we make our money. We learn and study these stocks all before it makes this move right here. We go back and study, okay, how did this set up? All right. Let's zoom out on this, which a lot of people don't do. We zoom out on the bigger time frame here. So we see it was recently in play, all right here, hitting up highs. It crumbled and fell apart. And then slowly but surely, this thing trended all the way back up to its highs up there. And then it just lingered and hung around, consolidating, building up that pressure to bust up through the highs from here and here. See how it busts up through the highs, and then it pulls back, and then it's now holding it as support. And from that, boom, blast off. Look at all that volume, even on it as it's pushing up to highs. The smart money guys are the ones eyeing this stock days after it makes its move. The smart money's right here, watching it on that day, watching it on this day, watching it on this day. Then on day 4, when it starts to ramp up and take off, they're selling into the dumb money that's chasing after this stock right here. I really want to give a congratulations to DNA Investments. DNA Investments has been on this stock for the last 2 weeks. And he kept mentioning and talking about DATS, saying how something was going on. Something was going on. And look at, once again, what we've been talking about. Stocks running up, trending up slowly, like it did here recently. Then it ran into a consolidation area, topping out at that $9, fell down and fell apart, and it kept coming back up to that $9 and finding resistance. And again, it's just been slowly trending up to that resistance. And this is what we call a squeeze. It finally squeezed up over that $9, and it's up over $10 now. That's our job as traders, guys. We keep eyes on these stocks and monitor them every single day to see how they set up. Every day, you're going to learn something new or put together a piece of the puzzle by just eyeing these stocks. And you truly do get a feel for the weakness and the strengthness of this stock. And he kept saying every single time it came down to 7, he would just notice buyers were propping it up. And sure enough, he was right. And from 7 up to over $10, I took a screenshot the last few days. DNA Investments has been trading DATS, and consistently every day he's been making $1,000 on it. So good job, DNA Investments. And you could see $9 was resistance clear as day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Six times it ran up to 9. And if we zoom in on this, after it got up over that 9, it pulled back. It held it as support. Boom, blast off. There she goes. That's how you slowly put your guys' plans together and you monitor these types of stocks. DATS, this set up really, really nice. Now we're in power hour. Market closes in 40 minutes. Who knows how far this thing goes? Just looking up at the daily chart, this thing's at all-time highs. Pretty much, Sava had a good move today as well. Pretty much what DVAX did yesterday. Sava just trending up all day. From $52.50, or I'm going to say $50.50. It opened up down here. So from $50.50, this ran all the way up to a high $63. That's a $13 move all day on Sava. Really, really good move. And look at all the consistent volume on it all day. That's pretty good. What else do we have pop off today? Real quickly, let's talk about this real quick. And this is another topic we discussed in the pre-market prep. So yesterday, MRIN was the #1 stock gapping up. You could see there was nothing going on to the left of this chart. So on Wednesday, the stock exploded and it was the #1 stock gapping up pre-market. It was up 85%. And we said in the pre-market prep, don't get caught up in this stock. More than likely, it's probably going to fade out and it's going to be super hard to trade. Well, MRIN opens up. I'm over here clicking buttons. MRIN opens up around 10:25, pops up to almost 11, and crumbles and falls all the way down to $8.50. And then after that, it's still getting driven down. Well, then now today, MRM This was the number one stock gapping up today. And we said the same exact thing. Guys, don't get caught up in MRM. It's up too much. It's gonna be overcrowded. And we have so many different plays that are setting up and are in play that offer better risk versus reward opportunities. Even MRM, what was it up 150%, I think, this morning? That's a big percentage to the upside. And when you look left, nothing was going on previous to this day right here. So we have really nothing to work off of. We have no idea how this stock is going to run and move. So we zoom in on this. What's this stock do? It opens up at 1550, slams down to 1450, $1, and then it rips up to 1850, and from there it's been crumbling and falling apart all the way down to $11. Pretty nasty if you ask me. And just slap your trend line on that, and it's just been in a straight downtrend all day. You got to ask yourself and remind yourself, when these stocks are gapping up like this, is it gapping up too much? Because there is a fine line. And like I like to say, when stocks are too far gone from reality, that's what I like to say. The previous day, this was at what? $7.50, and it's gapping up to a high of $15 pre-market. So the value of this stock overnight has doubled in value. You got to consider things like that. And then we have Life. This was a good one too. Once again, this was a stock that was in play recently. From way back here. Back in September, early September here. This was starting to run from $5.50. This thing ramped all the way up to $12.50. $13. These text messages are getting annoying. So after this stock runs up and it starts to crumble and fall apart, once again, everybody forgets about these stocks. I don't know why. I really don't. It's because something new always pops up every day. So with Life having this good up move and then it crumbles down right here, look at how fast volume dried up on this. And then this thing slowly trended all the way back up to its highs up here. And if you go back at the beginning of this video, what were we talking about, guys? We were talking about stocks. That's been the theme this month. They've been trending up. Slowly but surely, just been trending up, trending up, trending up. So if you get caught up in that 1 minute time frame and you're not looking at the big picture, you're just going to get chewed up and spit out. Most people in this game are taught and trained to buy high of day breakouts. That's just how it is. That's what everybody teaches out here. You're not going to be in this game for long if you continue chasing after high of day breakouts. So it had a good run day right here. But then, look at how many times, if you were to buy high of day breakouts, you would have got stuffed right there, right there, right there. Oh, you got stuffed right there. You got stuffed right there, stuffed right there. Look at how many times this thing faked out, breaking for new high of day on the 1 minute. Just play the range. Play the range. This thing kept falling down to what? $10 and bouncing up to 10.75. So back and forth here. You could have just been the smart money playing the range on this type of stock. And then it finally gets up above it. And you see how it hold it as support? And from that, it rips up, pulls back, holds as support again, and then off it goes. These stocks, they like to move in stages, guys. Man, DATS was really just going off. That's a big, big move on it. And look at how much volume has been just pouring into the stock. Now it's getting to the point where they're overwhelming the stock. They're exhausting it. It was in a solid uptrend. Now you see how it broke that uptrend? Now it's going to pop back up, and my line is now going to act as resistance. They're just simply overwhelming the stock non-stop. You got to think of these stocks like people, guys. If you go on a run, you're going to get tired, right? So you're going to want to take a rest. That's why you always see stocks ramp up, take a break. Ramp up, take a break. Ramp up, take a break. Let's talk about ATER. So ATER, this bad boy was in an uptrend for a while as well. A few times, actually. Once again, another stock in an uptrend. All right here, it was in an uptrend, and it got that euphoric run. Same pattern, guys. Gradually pushes up, explodes up, tops out. See the bounce that it did? Pulls back, there's your little bounce, and then down it falls. Finally levels out here, then it decides it wants to trend up again. And this thing was in a solid uptrend for a few days. Now it's pulling back down. The selling pressure this time, though, is a bit more extreme. This thing's selling off quite hard. Yesterday, this thing consolidated all day. So it consolidated all day here. And made like this wedge from $14.25 up to $15. So this was in a range of about 75 cents, $1. Just all day, resting. Then it finally broke out. You see that big surge candle. And what do we say when stocks finally break out of a consolidation area? Chances are it's going to continue going higher. So the stock, it pushed. And again, just like what we've talked about, guys, when stocks push, they're going to rest. Then it continues to push. Then it's going to rest. Then it continues to push. So from 15, this thing ran all the way up to almost $19 a share, topping out at $18.75. That's a good run right there. Very, very textbook. This morning, everybody wakes up to it gapping down, then it crumbles, and you could see the selling pressure is quite severe on ATER, just based on how fast it kept dipping down this morning. And then now, look at how steep all of these lower highs are. There's a lot of selling pressure going on, driving prices down. That's what's going on. AMHC, This was a stock that was, once again, one of the top percentage gainers this morning. This is why you always monitor these stocks and keep eyes on them, guys. This thing got drilled down from 17 all the way down to $10.50. Bottoms at $10.50. Now it's back up near 15 bucks. Nice short cover explosion on this. Look at all that volume pour back into it right here. This could keep going, but it just ran from 10 up to $14.50. That's a $4 move right there. So $4, it just ran right there. Expect for people normally like for 50% retracements. So this is probably going to pull back down half of this move, $2. So it's probably going to pull back down to at least like right here. You don't want to see it fall any lower than that. So there's so many different layers to this game, guys. This isn't something that you just pick up and you learn and you're good. It takes multiple years, I would say, to master your craft. Because there's so many different trading vehicles in this market. So many different ways to make money. You need to find out what works best for you and build strategies based off of your personality. Going into the close, it looks like ATER stole the thunder and has all the attention. DVAX had a good bounce today as well. Oh, and then MRIN. This thing finally bounced. We were just talking about this. So you see this morning, we were watching it. Because if you scroll out on this, this was in a downtrend for quite some time. You can draw a trend line on it, connecting all of the lower highs. And this thing got driven down from 925, 950, all the way down to $8. So about $1.25 it pulled back. This morning, it was forming a nice little wedge right here. So we were just simply waiting for it to break out of the wedge. We don't know which way patterns are going to break out. It's always a 50-50, I like to say. It's got a 50% chance of breaking up, or it's got a 50% chance of breaking down. So in this case, the pattern decided to break down. And just like we teach here, it decided to break down from its pattern. It popped back up, held it as resistance, the area it fell from, and it just continues to get driven down lower and lower. Then it finally starts to bottom out right here. And from bottoming out, that quick consolidation phase, it's resting, travels all the way back up. You see right where it finds resistance from the area it broke from that wedge. All things are pointing right back to that wedge. You see how it does that, guys? Pointing right back to here. Finds resistance. Pulls back. Gears up. Right here. Boom. Blast right up through it. And now it's going to work its way on up to the next level. Pretty fascinating how stocks move in stages like that, and how I'm able to break it down as so simple like that. I mean, it really is that simple, guys. It is. People just like to overcomplicate things with indicators and strategies. They overlook the simplicity of charts. They really do. Caesar says you should charge to teach on YouTube. Well, YouTube already throws me a couple bucks from ad revenue, and then I also have membership thing. So if people want more in depth and they want to be a part of the community here, they can just join the Discord. This morning we were calling out a bunch of stocks. So every morning we're out here doing pre-market prep. Oh, and I got a winning comment I got to show you guys today that came in from Jay Calvin. So it looks like Gollum. Gollum's been with us for about 6-7 months, I think now. And when Gollum has shown up, he had no confidence in himself. None. No confidence. Consistently losing, taking losing trades. Now that Gollum's been with us for a while, consistently every day. Look at it. He was back 7 months ago. He was buying at the tops and selling at the bottom. Now look at him. He's down here patiently waiting for these stocks to set up. Got a perfect, beautiful entry there and is scaling out as the stock is trending up. Same thing right here. Beautiful execution, selling at the top. So great job, Gollum. Keep up that consistency, buddy. And then you got Robert making 420. What a coincidence. That's funny. But there was a comment in here. Right here. So Jay Calvin this morning. This is what it's all about for me, guys, right here. So Jay Calvin says, when I first started trading with Trading Learning 101, I struggled to make 5 cents a day. But I watch your videos. You put a lot of stress on reading and studying candlesticks, chart patterns, and psychology. I looked back at my past P&L. I see a major transformation from 5 cent to 30 cent, then to $1, and then $2, and then to $8 and $10. I must say the psychology really helped. I still have a long way to go, and I'm just beginning to scratch the surface. Thank you, Mr. Wolf. I will keep reading and studying to get better. And guys, Jake Calvin, this is an older guy right here. I think Jake Calvin's like in his 70s. And he's out here showing all of you younger generation up. Most older folk, they can't keep up with us younger people out here. So Jake Calvin, amazing job, my man. Amazing job. Keep it up. This is what it's all about right here, getting comments like this from you guys. I stress and stress and stress and stress. If you guys just listen to what I preach and what I teach and you trust in the process, you will grow into a consistently profitable trader. You will. This trading's not hard, guys. It's not. People make it out to be hard. They do. Because people naturally like to overcomplicate things. At the end of the day, this is a mental man and women's game. So it's a battle with yourself. The only person you should worry about is the person you look at in the mirror. Because that's the person you're facing every day in the market is yourself. It also comes down to trusting in yourself too. So with markets closing in about 20 minutes, there were a lot of good opportunities today. And what we teach here at Trading Learning 101, and like we say every day in the pre-market prep, guys, kick back, relax, let these trading setups come to you. Trading should be effortless and easy, like walking over to the other side of the room and picking money up off the floor. If you're all adrenaline's rushing and you got your hand on the trigger ready to buy, and that market opens at 9:30, ding, 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 and you're looking to buy, you're asking to blow up your account. You are. I quickly forgot CRVS was another stock we had on watch. This is starting to break out right now, but this is going to need to break up over 750 to get up and going. And this type of stock, you got to take it in 50-cent intervals. So from 7, next resistance is going to be 750. And then from 750, the next resistance is going to be $8. 50-cent intervals. Same thing what we were just talking about ANY. What was it, like 3-4 days ago? We were talking about ANY. And we said it's a good stock if you're a swing trader. Because what's going to happen, this is going to run into resistance every 25 pennies. So from here at 625, next resistance is going to be 650. Then above that, 675. Then above that, $7. And I drew all these lines out like 3 days ago. And since then, you can just see, look at ANY. It's pretty much obeying all of my lines. Right here at 625, it found resistance. It got over it, ran up to 650. Holds back down, 625 support, back up to 650. And it's been trending up as well over time. Once again, another stock. You need to look at the big picture and see it's been trending up the last 2 days. This is probably going to top out though at like 675. I think that's where it tops out at. So every day it's been moving 25 cents. Just goes to show, guys, you can predict what's going to happen. You can. It's possible. Just got to be very selective what you trade. That's a big part of it as well. Look at INDP. This one's starting to lift and take off. Right from 8, it's starting to snap up to 9. This one, it's got room to run up to $10. Then if it gets over 10, that's like a trigger level for INDP. If this breaks up over $10, that's where you can see volume come back into this. And then this thing can rip up to $12. As it keeps pushing, people are going to pull this stock up. And they're going to instantly, oh yeah, I totally forgot about this stock. This stock ran 2 weeks ago. And then they chase after it. That's why we are the smart money guys, and we keep tabs on these stocks days after they make their move. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days later, now this stock is starting to pop and rip, and we've been watching it every day, keeping tabs on it. This is how the smart money does it, guys. Traders are not out here. Well, there are. But most traders, if you look at them, they're not paying no attention to the stocks that are gapping up pre-market. They're not solely focusing on this stock only. They have all these other different stocks they're paying attention to and monitoring to see how they set up and play out. All right, market's about to close here in 15 minutes. I'm wrapping it up, calling it a day, guys. Thanks for joining me in today's recap stream. Tomorrow's Friday, so in the Discord, we'll be trading live here in the stream. $21 profit, consistently hitting singles, man. It adds up over time. Letting my any swing play out. Thanks for subscribing, Rex Patterson. I appreciate it. Welcome to the Wolf Pack, buddy. Obviously came to your senses, like, damn, this guy knows what he's talking about. This guy's the shit. Like, yeah, dude. You ain't gonna hear anybody out here talking about what I tell you guys. They guard it all like it's a secret. Because all these gurus, they want to sell you a strategy. Here, just take my strategy. Just take my strategy. Trade it. Just take it. It's a lot deeper than that. This is a big mental game. And it's a lot harder to teach everybody, hey, you got to work on yourself. All of the answers lie within you. It's a lot harder to dig into the mental, emotional, and psychological side of trading versus, hey guys, just focus on the 3-bar play and you'll make money. It's like that, all right? So the 3-bar play, it works like this. You have one big green candle, and then you wait for that red candle to usually pull back about half of what that red candle produced. And this is the fun part. This is why I call it the 3-bar play. It snaps right back up even higher and to the moon. You get it? The 3-bar play. So look out for these types of plays and you'll make money. And that's what they do. They just sold you a 3-candlestick pattern that could occur at any moment, any time, on multiple time frames. It's doesn't talk to you about how much volatility those candles could have. It's just all baloney, guys. In Wall Street, everybody is out here to make a dollar. Everybody, even myself, I'm out here to make a dollar. This is all one big business. That's all it is. Wall Street is a business within a business within a business within a business. Everybody's out here to make money. The people out here that made Street Smart Edge, they're providing a service for traders to use. So Charles Schwab bought these guys out to use the charts, put money in their pocket. Then you got something like Trade Ideas. These guys, they create a scanning software to scan through the stock market and find stocks for traders to trade. They charge a monthly fee. They're making money. So it's a business within a business within a business. Then you got gurus out here like myself, Deckmar Trades, Investors Underground. We all try to have little communities where we have a following and we teach what our experience and knowledge is on the market to try and help people. You just got to be selective who you choose to be a part of their community. There's many, many, many. It's stupid amount of day trading communities that are out here. And yeah, there's a lot of them that are free. There are. Doesn't necessarily mean they're good. You gotta remember and keep in mind, guys, just going back to Mark Douglas and your beliefs. If you don't know anything about the stock market, you have no experience, so you don't know what to think. So you start following this guy who does things for free. So now you don't know nothing about the stock market and you're learning all of your first experiences from this person. Come to find out, this person has been teaching you all bad practices, chasing after high of day breakouts, relying on indicators, not talking about psychology, self-growth, self-help, all of that important stuff. But then they're going to say too, all right, now you guys are going to pay $100 and I'm going to tell you guys when to buy and sell. Now you have to rely on them. So the amount of gurus that are out here, guys, it's insane. Insane. Look at how many gurus are out here all day trading. Day trading. Day trading. Let's go through and see how long some of these guys have been in here. This guy's had a channel since May of 2019. So he's new. Let's see. There's a lot of people out here, guys. You just got to be careful who you learn from. It's wide open for the picking. You can go with whoever you want. But everybody's all going to have different beliefs on the stock market. We all see the stock market differently. We all see opportunity in different places. So if I was to recommend anything, I would go with whatever suits your personality, to be honest. At the bottom end of the day, that's what it revolves around, because you gotta revolve your trading around the type of person you are. That's how you gotta go about it. But most people, they just want to be handed when to buy and sell, not have any worries, and to get fed. It's sad. All right, guys, I'm going to stop rambling on. You guys have a fantastic day. Thanks for tuning in once again. As I always say, have that patience, have that discipline, study, study,